Greetings and welcome to another Diablo 2 Resurrected video. Today I want to show you the Trap Assassin, or Trapsin as it is called, on a budget level. And for that, let's get right into the skills. Into Shadow Disciplines, I put in 1 into Claw Mastery to unlock Burst of Speed, where I put in 1 point. You can put a bit more points if you like, but if you have enough plus skills, and I have +6 to skills here, then it will be generally enough to only put in 1 point here. I also put in 1 in Psychic Hammer and 1 into Cloak of Shadows. Cloak of Shadows will greatly help us at large groups of monsters, because if you use Cloak of Shadows, they can't really see you, and then you're a bit more, or a bit safer against them. As for martial arts, I put in no points at all, and for traps, I put in 20 into Death Sentry, 20 into Lightning Sentry, which is our main damage dealing ability, and then into the synergies 20 Charge Bolt Sentry, 20 Shock Web, and the rest of the points is around 12 points into Fire Blast, which boosts up the Death Sentry shooting capabilities. So for every 3 hard points, so points you put into Fire Blast, you get 1 more shot from Death Sentry. Now it shoots 9 times. Because I have 12 points in here, there are 4 more times it shoots. So going over the gear and the stats, I have a Spirit and a Crystal Sword, which is nice for the plus to skills and all the resistances and mana it gives. The Lore Helmet here, a rare amulet with +1 to assassin skills and +10 to all resistances. A Spirited Monarch. Of course, you can also use a Rhyme Shield, then you have a little bit less plus to skills. I have a Smoke Armor. I have just 40% faster run walk boots, which I bought from a vendor. I have a rare ring with just about a little bit of energy and plus life. We don't need the faster cast rate, so you should look out for a ring with resistances instead. I have a rare Demon Hide Sash with plus life and resistances on it. I have another ring with resistances and a little bit plus life on it. And I have just shopped gloves with lightning resist. So pretty budget. I don't have any charms whatsoever. In the second weapon slot, I have a lower resist wand, but you can also use like a teleport staff. Lower resist will help you deal more damage with your lightning sentries, so lightning damage, and also with your corpse explosion from Death Sentry, because corpse explosion is in part fire damage and in part physical damage, and the fire damage part will get boosted up when you cast low resist on the enemies. As for the stats, I have enough strength to put on my gear, which is 156 because of the Monarch shield. If you don't go with a Monarch Spirit and instead go with a Rhyme, you can like put about 100 less points in here and put them into Vitality instead, where the rest of my points went. As you can see, the resistances are okay. As I said before, you can go with another ring here. This is pretty worthless to us, to be honest. You should wear something with fire resistance, for example, in this case. So overall, we have 40% faster on walk. If you use Burst of Speed, it doesn't show, but it adds 47% also, so we run pretty fast. That's why we don't really need the teleport staff and rather use the low resistance staff. And a faster block rate, fast hit recovery, which is very important. So for the last part of the gear, the Mercenary, he has an insight in a poleaxe. It's pretty low damage, but we mainly use it for the meditation aura and the Tal's Mask and the treachery armor. And again, you can use something else here. Something with life leech would be pretty important in the helmet or in the armor slot. You can also use a smoke, so to get him more resistances. And I'm using a Holy Freeze Mercenary because the freeze aura is very nice to keep me and the mercenary safe and slow down the enemies. So let's get into some gameplay. Let's go into the Frigid Highlands first, and just make sure if you want the lower resist wand, or you use the lower resist wand, you need to swap the weapon now and again, and you can approach the enemy. You can use Cloak of Shadows first, and as you can see, they're not really attacking. You have to rebind low resist for some reason, and if you want, you can use low resist, but should not really need it. And here I was just casting Death Sentry. I was pushing the wrong button there, but it's enough damage to clear out Eldritch anyways. So let's get down here. Let's put down 4 Lightning Sentries and 1 Death Sentry. And then if you want, you can cast like lower resist. Doesn't have the greatest radius, so I most often find myself not casting it. But you can do it, of course, if you like to boost your damage, for example, against bosses. It's very effective. So this was pretty quick and easy, and let's see how we do in cow level. So let's dive into the cow level, and just be careful not to get surrounded by too much cows because they hit pretty hard. And what you want to do is put down, like, you can put down 5 lightning sentries first, and as soon as a cow dies you can put 1 or 2 death sentries. I like to put more than 1 death sentry if there are some corpses like this already, because then the corpse explosion will go off more frequently and will do the most damage after all. So our mercenary died. That's pretty common in cow level if he is undergeared like that, and we need a little bit of time to kill the cows. And what you see here is that if you cast Cloak of Shadows and low resist, only one of them actually affects the monster. So it's a curse. So low resist is a curse, and also Cloak of Shadows works like a curse. So you can only have one of these effects at a time. Like if I cast Cloak of Shadows here and then go over to low resist, you can see the Cloak of Shadows smoke over the cow set is gone. But as you can see, the low resist ones chasing me and the ones with low resist don't. And now the effect is over. But you can still cast low resist on some of them, because you need these first few kills to get your corpse explosion ready. Like this, there's a first kill, there are 2 first kills. Now I cast 2 death sentries, and now they all fall pretty quickly, which is nice. There were also 2 rare ones in this group, and we had no problem with it whatsoever. So as for the Javison or also the Necromancer, you want to gather or herd as many cows as you can while still being safe and at a safe distance, because your corpse explosion is just that good. And as you see here, low resist is pretty good if there is a large group. You will catch a lot of cows with it. And just like that, they didn't even touch me. So let's do another group. Let's try to herd them together again. And cast low resist. I mean, you can cast your lightning sentries as soon as you see the cows. You don't need to herd them first, of course, like I'm doing now. Of course, the cows won't go after the traps, and they will only go after you. So what I mean is something like this. Oh, burst of speed just ran out. Make sure your burst of speed is always up because of the run speed and also because of the attack speed it gives, because it makes your trap laying or laying traps. Uh-oh. It was a close call. Yeah, don't run into corners like me. And just be careful where you're going. But for me, it's a bit, yeah, it's a bit hard to do the talking and the playing, and these cars are extra fast as well, which is pretty annoying. But we have some corpses here, so let's put down Death Sentry, and let's see them all fall one after the other. And just like that, this group is also done. There's a unique, and now he's done as well, and there's a champion. He's falling straight. So you get the idea. Oh, a Superior Monarch. One socket. You get the idea. This is a very safe build because you can keep your distance. You can use Cloak of Shadows if you feel overwhelmed, because then the monsters won't see you. And you can also, if you are really in danger and you want to be more safe, you can use Fate, which gives you plus all resist and damage reduction. But for the most part, Burst of Speed is good enough. So thank you again for watching. If you like this video, please leave a thumbs up. It helps the YouTube algorithm. And consider subscribing, because there will be more budget builds to come. Until then, good luck, have fun, and goodbye.